And now, to cap off the show, the new film, The Green Knight. It came out this past weekend in theaters. And I know we originally announced that we were going on a hiatus, but after watching this film, I'm like, I think we need to do just one more episode before shit really starts to hit the fan everywhere else. Now, for those of you who don't know, this is based on the legendary tale of Sir Gawain and the Green Knight. Gawain is a headstrong nephew of the iconic King Arthur, and must journey to combat the mysterious Green Knight after landing a blow against him the year before. The film was directed and written for the screen by David Lowery, and it stars Dev Patel, Alicia Vikander, Joel Edgerton, and Sean Harris. Now, I noticed just how visceral of a reaction this movie tended to give. Because I had multiple people, and again, Darius, I think this happened with you too. This had multiple people come up to us after the film and say, "Hey, did you guys just watch The Green Knight? We didn't talk to these people at all during the theater, or during the movie, or as we're walking out of the theater." So it was just so strange. Like, literally, I went to go to the bathroom after the movie was done. Like, I sprinted to the bathroom because I had to pee like you wouldn't believe. And just out of nowhere, a random guy comes up to me while I was taking a piss, and he just asked me, he goes, "Did you guys see The Green Knight?" Like, I think myself, wait, what? He just randomly asked me that. I'm like, I guess, like, was it just written on my face that I'd seen the movie, and we're just
Did he want to get pissed on?
Wait, what'd you say?
I said, did he want to get pissed on? I was like, what? Like,
and we're just talking about the movie while we're both taking a piss. It was just so fucking weird. And that wasn't the first time that happened, because, again, we're walking back to our car, to my car, me and Roberto, and just another guy's just walking out with his son. He goes, "Did you guys see The Green Knight?" And we're like, wait, what? How? How does everyone know? Because it's not like we're the only movie being let out at that time, but, like, I guess we made more eye contact with people in the theater than we originally meant to. So,
yeah.
But, I mean, honestly, I really enjoyed this movie so much. But again, before I go on and talk for too long, Darius, I know you had a couple thoughts on this movie, because we were talking about this for a while, the entire car ride home.
We were talking about it for a while. I couldn't go to sleep because I was thinking about it. This movie was on my brain for hours on hours, and it still kind of is. It's in the back end, but it still is. This movie I thought was freaking amazing. I really liked it. I liked that it wasn't too action heavy. It was more drawn out and trying to at least and this is another thing. This is a film that is theme and symbolically heavy. And vague for a reason, and they keep it ambiguous throughout almost the entire movie. And they want you to interpret everything for yourself, as if there's no right and wrong, but there is. But the theme is what really brings this movie together, to me, in my opinion, and to me personally. And I think everything from... I will have to say this, because we were walking out of the theater, and I told you my first reaction is the sound design in this movie is amazing. Like, every tree branch, and even the Green Knight himself moving, the voice he had, everything else, it felt so alive, so immersive, so visceral and grounded, that I really appreciated that. And like the sound design in this, the music in this, the musical cues from certain sound design elements they put in here, and how the sound design kind of turns into the score, I think was absolutely done amazingly. And this movie, to me, it kind of surpassed my expectation, because I was expecting a pretty deep and grounded film, but I didn't expect it to be this deep as far as how I personally thought what they were trying to go for. And so, like I said, absolutely enjoyed it. Dev Patel was absolutely amazing, showing the charismatic side, but while also having almost this chaoticness to him. This Alicia Vikander, I love that girl. Let's just say that she was amazing. Awesome. Again, the symbolism, the themes in this movie really stood out and really made this film unique for what it was, and that's really as much as I can. I mean, there's a lot more, but just take that to heart, and just tell yourself when you see this movie, nothing is explicitly tells you what's actually somewhat going on. It's all up to interpretation.
Again, it's a very ambiguous film, to say the least. It's ambiguous throughout the film, and the ending is ambiguous too. And all this ambiguity, all this stuff that just really isn't spelled out for the audience. Again, it made for a much better discussion and entertaining car ride going home with the three of us. But at the same time, I loved how this was... Like, I loved how I was seeing, like, a really fresh take on a King Arthur storyline, right? Something that feels new out of something that's stood the test of time. Like, I don't know, there's just something that felt kind of, I don't know, endearing about that experience. But at the same time, one of the things that it definitely keeps up with in terms of, like, the, original, like, Arthurian storyline, and just that whole atmosphere in general, is how the morality of this film is focused on earning honor instead of seeking it. And the lessons that Gawain learns throughout all of this, it really shook me to my core. What happens when you try to force certain things instead of, just being called to earn them. And again, like you said before, it's definitely not too focused on action. It's definitely a very contemplative sort of film. It feels very methodical. But at the same time, as much as there wasn't really a lot of action, there's still a very eerie and mysterious feeling to this film. I always felt like something was about to go wrong. Again, this movie is beautifully directed by, again, David Lowery. I have to check out his other film, A Ghost Story. It's gorgeous to look at, color, landscapes. The effects are terrific, especially with that of the Green Knight, and performances across the board really are solid. Dev Patel, got to give it to him. But again, all in all, this was very, very much worth my time and money spent.
Yeah, the color in this, my God, it is beautiful from beginning to end, and also has a great double meaning. And there's a certain monologue in this. I don't want to tell too much, but that monologue kind of painted the movie in itself, really. And
I remember that.
Like I said,
I think I know which one you're talking about.
Yeah. And even that scene, this person didn't look intimidating, but dang, I was intimidated. I felt a bit threatened. It was just so well made. I absolutely love this movie. This is definitely, as of right now, it's kind of in my top 5, top 10 movies of this year.
Yeah, honestly, this, for me personally, I think this, at this moment, again, this could change too, this slightly edges out In the Heights for my favorite movie that I've seen this year so far.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And I know you really liked In the Heights.
I really did. I really, really did. But this movie, for the time being, takes the cake, but only by a little bit. So, again, for all you guys that are still with us, what did you think of The Green Knight? Again, does it live up to the legend of King Arthur and his court? Excuse me. Is it too open-ended for your liking? Because, Darius, I remember you asked me, do you think this is good for, a casual moviegoer, right? As opposed to us who, really likes to get into, these sort of discussions. I'm going to be honest, I don't know. I wouldn't think it's for, a casual film goer. That's just something to keep in mind, too, if you're thinking of watching this movie. But again, go see it for yourself. Absolutely go see it for yourself. And again, just comment wherever you can. Open up that discussion. Let's talk a little bit.